What is up today, guys? Brian here. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing okay, staying safe, doing the social distancing thing, trying to get through this dreaded coronavirus. Still off work, and so I'm back in the garage working on the four-wheeler, trying to make some progress here. Today I'm going to work on adjusting the valves. So I'll show you what we got going on. I got my handy dandy service manual here, and I'll turn you around so you can see, and we'll show you the process here. Alright, so this thing gives you, as I talked about before in one of my other videos, having one of these service manuals is a great tool to have. One of the best tools you can have. Tells you everything you need to do. Valve tappet clearance procedure, and it tells you step 1, 2, 3 all the way through. Gives you your adjustments. Sorry, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has for different model four-wheelers, like it has for a 400 or 500. Mine is a 500, so we'll go with that. Also has it for the 700 EFI fuel injection model, but it gives you everything you need. Tells you exactly step by step how to do it, how to check everything, make sure everything's right. So that's what we're going to work on today. So I've got my feeler gauges here, and I've already picked out what I need, so we can go through and check them. So the next process we'll get started on is pulling this unit apart, and I'm going to clamp you on the handlebars here, and we'll get started pulling everything apart so we can get this thing checked. Because once I get these checked, I ordered the exhaust gasket, and once that comes in, I can get that back on. But once this valve adjusting here is done, I can get these plastics back on the front of this thing. So I'm getting that much closer to getting it done. That's my goal. I want to go ahead and get these valves and stuff adjusted here tonight, and or checked. If they need adjusted, I'll adjust them. If not, which I hope they don't, but if they do, they do. So, but yeah, that's the plan. Get this done, and then I can work on a few other little painting things I want to do there on the back, where there's some scratches, paint scratched off around where the hitch is, and or the receiver rather, and then, like I said, when the gasket comes back in, I can get the header back on, get the plastics. I can start with the front and get the front plastics, airbox, all that stuff back on it, and be that much closer to getting this thing done and back on its wheels so I can get to riding it. So let me turn you around here, and we'll get going. Alright, hopefully you can see everything okay. We're looking right here. This is the intake side, and right here is going to be the exhaust side. Now it's going to be hard to see that one there. I was trying to look where I could mount you to where you could see it, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try, so just bear with me. But let's get started pulling this thing apart. First thing you have to do, down here on the side, let me move you over this way a second. The pull starter, you got to remove this cover so that way you can put a wrench on here and turn the engine over to get it to top dead center. So we're going to go ahead and get that off here first and go from there. You can tell them's never been off, still got the Loctite on them. Well, you know it's going to be right here where the shifter is. It'll be a stubborn one. Get on there. There should be. we go. There's my pull starter. I'm going to clean that up a little bit before we stick her back on. Rope looks good though. You can tell this thing hadn't been used. Hadn't been used much, that's for sure. No oil leaks around that, around the crank. That's good. Alright. So I have to find what size. Probably what I'm going to do is use a screwdriver. And I'll probably just long screwdriver and lay it in here where I can turn this over. We'll do it that way. Now the next thing, there's a cap right here. I remove this cap so that way I can watch marks on the flywheel so where I get it to top dead center. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And I did clean around this the other day. I'd already went through here and kind of cleaned it up. Try to get all the dirt from around it because I don't want to get any dirt down in the engine. There we go. Get a rag, lay this on the rag here. It does have a copper washer on it, which I'm going to clean this up good before I put it back in there. It's a little dirty. I'm going to lay this over here on the table out of the way. Just going to kind of dab at this just to get any little excess dirt that I couldn't get off. There we go. Now there's also a little tiny mark right here on the case, right directly the center of the hole. And when I rotate this around, I'll line that mark up, the mark on the flywheel with that mark to let me know I have top dead center on the compression stroke. Now I have to remove the spark plug and get a socket. Move it back up this way a little bit. Have to get an extension, maybe. Really? There we go. Wow, that thing was loose. I mean, I know they're not torqued down very tight, but daggone. I think it should have been a little bit tighter than that. So I would say this is probably in the original plug. But we are going to throw a fresh NGK plug in her also. Long sucker. There she be. Oh yeah, she run a little rich. Running just a little rich. You see that? Man. might have to do a little bit of adjusting on the carb, or that could be a result of the valves being out. It never seemed like it ran funny. Of course, then again, that might be the original plug. CR6E. It's got a little bit of corrosion around it. That might be the original plug out of that. I know there was an extra one in the box, in the little toolbox that mounts right here over top of the engine. And I thought it looked like it had been used. Maybe it hadn't. But anyway, we got that out. And I took an air hose and I blew out around the spark plug before I took it out of there. So that way, any dirt, loose dirt or anything laying around when I took this out, it wasn't going to fall down in there. Okay. On to the next step. Sorry if I shook you. There, I shook you again. A little bit of corrosion around them. We'll clean them up. Get that thing loose. Seal looks good. I didn't have any leakage around these, which is very good. And there we go. Everything looks good inside. I don't see a lot of buildup. Anything. Oil is a little dirty. But everything looks really good inside. Okay, let me grab a screwdriver. There's the intakes moving. The intakes are open right there. Now they're coming back closed. just missed my mark. So there's the exhaust. Exhausts are back open. Right there on the mark. Oh. I keep shaking the camera, don't I? Okay, there shouldn't be any tension on any of these. Now that's got tension on it. That's got tension on it. Probably gonna have to go around one more time. The other way you can check is sticking a screwdriver in the spark plug hole. Something long, and you can tell if your piston's at top dead center or not. And the piston's right there. But there should be no tension. If I can wiggle it back and forth. See, I can't. These are pretty tight. So I'm going to try going around one more time, just for shits and giggles. And there it just kind of fell into. There we go. Now we're right. Yeah, we got play in them now. Okay, grab my feeler gauges. We can start checking. I need me a tool tray. Be nice somebody to watch this video and like it, and it'd be somebody from a company that carried like tool trays or any kind of tools. Yeah, I know it's wishful thinking, but you'll have that. Okay, let me look again on that intake number. Okay, 0.002 to 0.004. So this is 2, which is pretty thin, actually. Need to get me a better set of these feeler gauges, a little smaller. That's 0.2. 002. That's got quite a bit of play. So let's go to 0.004. There's 3. Where's 4? I know I just had it there. There it is. Let's try 3. See what 3 looks like. Now 3 is in there, but I can feel resistance on it. So let's go to 4. And 4 is tight. 4, I can't even get it all the way under. So we are good on that one. Let's go ahead and just check it with 4 on this side. Now 4 over here, it's actually sliding up under it pretty good. So we'll try. Man, that's got like a little squared off head instead of like a flat head where you can stick a flathead screwdriver in there and turn it. I bet you it's because they have a special tool for this. Yeah, I can't get the 4 in under that one there at all. So I'm going to try to adjust this one. See what size nut that is. Oh man, I just bumped y'all. There we go. Oh my God, that sucker's pretty tight. Alright, so I got it loose. No, I don't have anything special, so I'm going to use a handy dandy little crescent wrench, Old Faithful here. I want this one to be just like that other one, just barely be able to get it under it and not all the way, which right there I can get it started and it won't go all the way, which this one's the same way. I can get it started but it won't go in under all the way. Check it again, make sure I didn't get her too tight. Same thing, I can get it started up under it just a little bit, but not all the way. About the same distance. Yep. Alright. Now we'll move on to the exhaust. And the exhaust side was 0.007 to 0.009. So we're going to start out with this one now. This one here, I don't know if I can move you to where you'd be able to see this or not. Let me try, because I want y'all to see as much as possible. Bear with me. There we go. Now let me try to get you clamped on here. I think I can do it. I think we can do it. Maybe. Yeah. Shit, maybe not. So I'm gonna try to clamp you to that bar. Try to clamp you to the spring here. There we go. There's you a bird's eye view. Alright, we're going to start out with 0.007. These radiator hoses right here. You get grab one. Figure out how to get this unit in here and not slide it, not get it to where it's in your grill. Where I'm not in your way, but so you can see. How is that better? I don't want it in my way. There we go, looks a little better right there. Alright, so 007, it goes up under it, but it does have a little bit of resistance. Up under it, but a little bit of resistance. So, there's 8 and 9. Try number 8 here next. 0.008. Give that just a little bit of a bend to make it go in there a little easier. And 8 goes in, but it does have resistance on it. Let's go over this side. I know my hands are going right your way. Just let me try to get it up in there started. There it is. 8's in there too, but it's got resistance also. So let's try number 9. See what it's got. Oh, number 9 is tight. That's what we want. Tight. It's up in there, exact same way. It's tight too. It definitely. And I'm making sure it's down flat. It's got plenty of drag on it. Yeah. So we're good. Not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch them. So we're good on the valves. Which makes me feel good. Which, when I was riding it before, I could tell, usually you can tell when the valves are getting out pretty bad, especially if it's running bad, running rough, not, wanting to run very well. And making a lot of clacking, like if you put it under a load, you'll hear the valves making a lot of noise, and it doesn't do that. So, and that's just from over the years riding dirt bikes and stuff. I did have a couple 2-strokes, but I had more 4-strokes than I did 2-strokes. So, all right, try to wipe this surface off. Put these caps back on here. I'm not going to put any kind of sealant on them. The gaskets look good. Everything looks really good on that, so we're just going to stick these babies back in there. Oh, I think I turned, yep, I did. Turn the light off. Hit the button. I got it laying on the button. Alright, now I did it again. Alright. Enough of you standing on your head there. Now this cap was pretty interesting because it's got a stud here on this one side. Why, I have no idea. And then a bolt on the other side. I just kept looking at it and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. I've not seen anything like that before. But we don't make sense, do we? Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today. I know it's going to be a little short video, not that long, but the exhaust, the muffler here I have off. I wanted to get that sandblasted, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now, so probably what I am going to resort to is taking a grinder with a wire wheel and trying to just get all that off there that I can, and then I'm going to get some heat resistant paint and shoot that before it gets any worse. I started, you can see here, this is an aluminum cover over top of this header pipe. You can see here I kind of took a Scotch Brite pad, a blue or a green one, and started scuffing at it, and that's just, a lot of that's just dirt. It's kind of baked on. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to finish doing this by hand and get that cleaned up. I'm not going to try to take this cover off like I originally wanted to, because the bands that are holding this thing, you can see they are like crimped on, and I have no idea how to get those off and back on, and I really don't want to use, I was like, well, I could take them, just cut them off and use hose clamps, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm just polishing this up. I got this part done, and I just have a little more to go on that. I'll do this stuff while I'm waiting on that gasket. It's probably going to be towards the end of the week before I get it. So the airbox and breather, it's a little dark over here, but I've gotten all the airbox cleaned up. Everything, the boot from the carburetor to the airbox goes to this. Got that good and cleaned up, looking good. And this is the other part of the airbox that mounts over the radiator on the front four-wheeler. It's all cleaned up inside out, ready to go back on. So yeah, so once I get that exhaust gasket now, the header gasket, get this back on, at least get the header back on, I can get these front plastics on and get that part buttoned up. So that's it. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Been trying to keep from going stir crazy, you know, being off work, and I know they want us to get back to work, and right now tentatively we're going back to work. Today is Monday. We're going back to work next Monday, or for me it would be Sunday night because I work midnight shift. That's tentatively. It could extend because all of our Ford, GM, Chrysler, everybody we supply are shut down, and they're shut down I think till like April the 20th. So who knows if we're going back yet, but I'm just been plugging along with this and keep me busy, keep me from going crazy. And never thought I'd say that, but you know, I guess I will be kind of anxious to get back to work. So that's it for today, guys. Go fix something. We'll see you.